Oh, I'm live. Good evening, Mr. Norris. I'm here all alone. Not anymore, you're not. Not anymore, my friend. You are not alone. You've got the hashtag one. Oh, my word. I'm glad you got home safe and sound, Andrew. There were people worrying about you and messaging me. Well, I hope Mr. Norris can hear me. Mr. Murphy, not the first for once. No, Andrew's been sitting there waiting for hours. Hours and hours and hours waiting for me to make a live start. So there's 7 people watching already, and I've only got 2 thumbs up. Let's have 5 more thumbs up, so we've got a parity between the 2. That would be wonderful. I've got to have a slurp. Got to have a slurp. Cheers to you too. Cynthia's there. She's my adjudicator. I think that's a name for it. Well, it's the name I'm using. Good evening, Claire. Good evening, Tracy. Claire, are you back from your holidays? 10 people watching, only 2 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Let's have those thumbs up. It's important, you know. It means the world. As you can see, I am now sitting in a different room. Claire, yes, I am. I hope you had a lovely time. Good evening, Jackie. Yes, a different room. I decided that the bedroom upstairs was too hot. I couldn't sit in there doing any editing because it was too hot. So I moved downstairs, and as soon as I moved downstairs, the temperature's dropped. So, but this is going to be it for now. This is my second reception room, stroke 3rd bedroom. My garden's there to my right, your left. Is that right? Yeah. The door is there to my back hallway and then through to my lounge. Claire and Cynthia, they know the layout of my house. Claire has stayed here a couple of times. Cynthia's visited a few times. So I'm glad you had a lovely time. Mr. Norris, you've lost your hashtag one. Claire's stolen it from you. I'm glad you had a nice. The photographs were lovely. Lots of railway photographs, Claire. Oh, that's nice. I was sitting at the computer, typing this lot out, ready for tonight, and I thought, right, I've got to get myself sorted out. Oh, Claire, it's for whoever messages and contributes the most, and because you put more comments up than anybody else, you get that. Good evening, Ron. Yeah, so at 6 o'clock, I thought, right, got to get myself sorted out. I've got to remake my bed. I've got to get myself some food, get myself ready for the live. And my cousin Rodney decided to message me, can you come round to Joe's place? That's his daughter. So I said, what for? I said, I'm in a bit of a rush, got things to do. He said, just come round. So I dashed round to Joe's place, which is literally just down the road. And I had to go and help move a bed from one house to Joe's place. And then Joe very kindly, she was cooking tea for her boyfriend and her daughters and Rodney. So she very, very kindly gave me something to eat, which saved me having to cook. And then at 7:30, I just about finished, about 7:30 finished making my bed. So I've been watching some of the cricket highlights, and then I had to come in here and get ready for this. So here I am. A bit rushed, a bit flustered, but I'm here. So, yeah. I've got lots to talk about tonight, but I want to wait for a little while until we've got a lot more people in, because it's important that we get a lot of people in. Laura. Who remembers that? So tell me, what have you all been doing well, I know what a lot of you were doing yesterday, which we'll come to a little bit later. What has anybody been doing today? Have you been busy? Have you been relaxing after all the goings on yesterday in Bognor? As I say, I'll come to that a little bit later. Ron saying, hi Tracy, from all three of us. Good evening, Elaine, and good evening, Duncan. Jason. Jason, that gizmo you were showing Andrew and I yesterday. Yes, I know, Ron. Jason and I were having a little bit of a laugh about it yesterday. That gizmo he was showing yesterday, and that was fascinating. That thing. Claire's relaxing from the drive home yesterday. Andrew Murphy had a fairly quiet day, though went and had an early evening walk at the West Walk near Wickham. Oh, okay. Tracy said, Andrew. Michael, good evening, sir. Jackie's saying, hi, Ron and Elaine. Looks like you had a super garden party and well done on the fundraising. Hope your injury is healing well. I'll take those two things out of the list then, Jackie Shy. I hope you're well, Michael. Doing okay. I'm hoping that Wandering with Watto, Tracy's just relaxed. Tracy, you were on your feet quite a bit yesterday, so you deserve it to be relaxing today. Ron saying hello. Just recovering now, Ron. Yeah, Ron. After yesterday, mate, you deserve to chill out. But yeah, I'm hoping Wandering with Watto and Kim's going to join, and perhaps Lynn. And a few others, and then we'll get into the news. I've called them tonight. I've got my list here. As he waves it up in front of the camera on the blank side. Live chat talking points, and there's a lot. There is a lot, and you need to have your pen and papers ready. So there, you've been warned. Oops, sorry, Kevin, says Jackie. No. You weren't to know, Jackie. You weren't to. Jackie, you sent me a friend's request the other day, and it disappeared. I was going to accept it, and it just suddenly disappeared. So I apologise. You probably realised that you'd sent a friend's request to the wrong person, and then you withdrew it. It's all right, you know. I'm only a chap with feelings, you know. I've got feelings. Now I don't know whether is that a no, Michael, it's not. It'll be a bloody big cot if it was. It's a day bed, an IKEA day bed, and can't show you the sort of shaped bit. If I lean that way, that sort of shaped bit. No, that way. Hang on, up. No, I can't do it. It's a day bed, and the bottom bit pulls right out. There's three drawers there, three big drawers, and the mattress that there's a double mattress there. It's double thickness, and what you do is you fold one on top onto the base on the bottom bit, and then you've got a double bed. But you don't lay facing me from the headboard. You lay across it. It's a brilliant bit of kit, but I want to redecorate this room, and I'm not sure how we're going to move it because it weighs a ton. But it's brilliant. It is a lovely bit of kit. I personally like IKEA stuff. It's so when it's put together, as long as you put it together properly, and what with me having been in the garden party, with me being in the building trade, I put glue on lots of places where they don't tell you to put glue. So for that to come to bits, if I sold this place, I think I'd have to sell it with the place, so I won't get it out with it. So let me just have a quick look. Andrew's saying, or just watch this on catch up for the full details of current. Yeah. Yeah. I don't do parish notices, you know. I don't do those. That's for another place. Um, Tracy said, what a great garden party Ronnie Lane was. Wonderful. It was. Mark Burgess, good evening, sir. I hope you are well, sir. Michael says it looks comfy. Actually, it's not bad. I have slept on there that way along. If it gets too hot upstairs, because this place was gutted when I bought it. It was replastered everywhere, new radiators, new wiring, everything. Glad to hear it, Mark. And the insulation in my loft conversion upstairs, I mean, is ridiculous. It is so insulated. The trouble is, when it gets hot up there, the heat just sits in there. Even with the windows wide open, everything, it's so hot. So I would come downstairs and sleep on that. And yeah, but although this is a converted bungalow, so I guess it's a chalet bungalow, I would come down, have the windows open to my back garden. I've got a canopy over a patio out there, and it just lets a nice bit of breeze come through. But I don't have them wide open because there's cats love getting into my back garden, and I love chasing them out because they love scratching in my borders. Don't like it. Jackie's saying, oh dear, sorry about it, Kevin. I probably did send it to the wrong. Thank you. You know how to put the knife in. Oh dear. But I would gladly be your friend. Oh yeah, well send me another friend's request and I might accept it. Oh dear, that's funny. I like that, Jackie. I like that. So what we're doing, 12 minutes so far. We've got 15 people watching, 8 thumbs up. One thing I would say is what I found out a couple of weeks ago, I sent an audio message on WhatsApp to my cousin Jeanette. Jeanette's lovely. I've got 3 cousins one in the Peak District and 2 in Nottinghamshire. One some of you have met, and that's Sue. And my cousin Jeanette lives in a place called Arnold in Nottinghamshire. And Jeanette told me that she sometimes tunes into my lives. And if Jeanette is out there, Jeanette, you are very welcome. And thank you very much for joining in. If you feel brave enough, in the chat box, just say hello. And then we know you're there. That'd be great. Mr. English, the chap who wasn't at the garden party is here. Yes, wait. You don't know what you missed. Mr. Norris was on. Mr. Norris was in good form. Good evening, Alan. Crikey, they're pouring in now. Hundreds of them. Well, 18. I hope you're well, Mark and Anna. I do hope you're well. Mr. Musco's not there yet. I didn't want Mr. Norris in my. Well, Mark, if you'd have driven down in your car, you wouldn't have had to worry about pulling the wire to get out, because Andrew could have done it for you with an extension cable. You could have just pulled up. Oh, you are, Mr. Norris. Always in good form. I was getting confused when you had your sunglasses on when it was quite cloudy, but or was it you just being cool? Brilliant. It was a lovely day. Anyway, let's have a chat about 1 or 2 things. I will mention, I'll have to tick these off because I'm probably not going to do them in order. Although perhaps I'll wait just a few more minutes. It's a long way for you, Jackie. It's a long way for you. Yeah. Let me put that over there. Sorry, I've got notebooks all over the place. I've got my glasses case. I've got my phone in the wrong place. I've muted my phone because people would tend to message me sometimes when I've got a live on, which is not convenient. Anyway, I'm gonna jump in with these topics. First of all, I'm not going to jump around. I'm just going to do them in order. Otherwise, I'll just get confused.com. Last weekend, let me just say, no, I had my cataract done right. Oh, okay. You did mention that, actually. I do apologise. Hang on, let me catch up. You're right, Ron Langley. It's quite a journey. Michael saying hello. Look, let me just jump in here. We had the Friston Forest Walk, led by Lynn. Oh, I know, Kim. That was just a slip of the tongue, because we had a Lynn and a Kim standing next to each other. What a brilliant walk. Kim really came up trumps with that walk. It was lovely. We had a bit of everything. Even a lovely coffee stopped at the Seven Sisters bit where the cafe and that is. That was really lovely, but a really, really nice walk. We had a walk along the river. We had some woodland walk. It was just brilliant. Really, really good. And I really appreciate Kim organising that and leading the walk. It was spot on. So Andrew Norris, please, if you could pass on my thanks to Kim, that would be brilliant. She is such a nice person. And at one point, she did say to me about going down to do another walk there, and I can't remember where that was. But so if she's up for doing that sometime in the future, I would certainly be happy to do that. I was hoping Paul Wandering with Wasso was going to be on, and this is in relation partly to do with the Friston Forest Walk. Those of you that are on the walk will know that Paul was not feeling at all well. Thank you, Andrew. Paul, like myself, we're both diabetics, but Paul is going through a spell where his readings are up and down. And he was very embarrassed about the way he ended up having to hold the walk up because he was feeling so poorly. And I think it probably got the better of him a little bit, and he was very embarrassed. And he asked me to pass on his thanks to everybody for the kindness that everybody showed to him and the patience that they showed with him while he tried to get his blood sugar levels back to an area where he could feel better, a little bit better. He loves coming and meeting everybody, as Kim does. He feels such a part of the group, and he said he and Kim realise how much they miss the friendship and the camaraderie of the group when they're back at home, which I thought was lovely of him to say so. He said so. He asked me to mention this, to pass on his apologies, etc. And I've done that. And Mark, you're absolutely right. Paul doesn't have to feel embarrassed about it. We all stuck with him, and thankfully he started picking up. But when they got us back as far as Petersfield, he was driving, but he had to let Kim take over. So I think he was still, at that point, he was beginning to feel a bit poorly again. But he's pretty good now. He's bounced back, and he did say to me he was going to be on here tonight. Jackie's saying, well done on the, yes. Watto should never feel embarrassed. Really, we hardly noticed. I thought they just needed a rest as well as the stages. Absolutely. Michael White saying, when Mono had his cataracts done, he had to repaint some of his work because they were too yellow. Oh, God. Right, the next walk. Let me get onto this one. Have you got your notebooks ready? The next walk is the end of August, and it's the whatever date it is. I haven't changed my calendar. I think the 24th of August, which I think, get ready to be corrected by Cynthia, I think it's the 24th of August. It's being led by Tayo again, which is great. And the walk will start at Sandy Lane in Rushmore. And Rushmore is in between Hindhead and Tilford. It's approximately 4.5 miles. The one thing I would say is to anybody that's going to be on the walk, after about, I'm guessing, half a mile, there is a fairly steepish climb. And and that's the only hill on the walk. We stomped round the walk when we did the recce the other evening. It's a lovely, lovely walk. The thing about it is that when we complete the walk, for those of us that feel we could do a bit more, there are what they call we're not going to do the devil's jumps because we think that would be out of reach for some people, definitely 100% out of reach for some. Cynthia's saying it's on the 24th, which is not the last Sunday. No, it's not. It's the Sunday before the last Sunday. But there is the option to go and walk round the what they call the flashes, which are ponds, basically. So we can extend it a bit if people want to. It's entirely up to what the individual wants to do. But it is, as long as we get the weather, we definitely won't want it too hot. We will go to Frensham Little Pond, but we're not going to walk round it. The main group isn't. If Elaine goes along with Tracy, you could perhaps just do the Frensham Pond, Little Pond. There is a cafe there, there's seating there. But if you did that, you would have to park in the Frensham Pond car park near the Little Ponds and walk from the car park to the ponds. Otherwise, you'll be parking in Sandy Lane. I would just quickly ask Cynthia if there's anything else I need to mention about that. Cynthia, if you could jump in there if there's anything else I've missed, please. He waits for a response. Starry, starry nights. Na, 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 na. Whatever that is. Who sung that? Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Right, onwards. The next. Good evening, Daniel. How are you? Thank you very much for joining in. The September walk is the Knepp Walk, K-N-E-P-P, being led by Richard Suggett. Cynthia saying, I will put all the info onto the group page. Yeah, I know you will. Jacqueline saying, Sandy Lane, eh? Yeah. That's what it's called, Sandy Lane. So that's a September walk. So look forward to that. Then in October, Bonnie spoke to me yesterday, and she is suggesting that she can organise a walk in Hove. I believe it will start at her allotment, and getting into the countryside is only about 5 minutes away. So we have asked her to come up with a plan of a walk, which she said she will do. And as soon as we get that from her, she's either going to contact me or Cynthia direct, and then we can get the details up for you onto the group. Now, we had nothing planned for November. I spoke to Cynthia today, and what we've decided to do, we are going to do the Bognor walk that was cancelled from earlier this year. It could well be a nice bracing last walk of the year along Bognor's front. And this is going to be, originally will be led by Ron and Elaine, I believe. This was their idea, but we had to cancel it, as I say. Andrew's saying, Don McLean saying, he did, thank you. Testing you. How far is Bonnie's allotment from the station? Mark, I honestly don't know. I can find that out for you. I can't even remember where she said it was, but well, Mark, Cynthia, if you can make a note of that, please, and we'll try and find out for Mark. So that's the November walk. Now, I think that's all the walks that I've covered. I've got an update. Ron's saying, good idea. Cynthia said, we haven't checked with Ron and Elaine about the Bognor Walk. Ron and Elaine, how... Ron's always said a good idea. If you're okay with that, then we'll go with that for November. Jackie's saying, my boy, oops, indeed it is. It was his ear he had the problem with. He couldn't hear from his ear. Bonnie will hand out gardening tools to rather not walk. She is still, that is very true. She could well do that. Cynthia, Ron and Elaine said yes. I've got an update for everybody about Clive and Kathy. I've messaged Clive this week that they're going on okay. They're still dealing with the insurance people, but he said they have been brilliant. They've had 2 windows replaced, I believe, and some remedial works inside have had to be done. But they are getting there, which is important. He said that Kathy's still struggling with, I believe, her Achilles. Tracy, I'll wait for Cynthia to reply to that, because I honestly don't know. I would imagine it would be the last Sunday in November. So there's good news about Clive and Kathy, that they are getting on with things and getting things sorted out, which will be brilliant. They said that their place is going to be like Fort Knox, but it's costing them a fortune to get everything sorted out. But it's good news. It's good news. Now, very exciting. I would never announce anything on here without permission from people. Obviously, I have permission from Paul to mention his thing. But the one very, very exciting thing that came through this week is lovely Lara, that has gone through a terrible time with different things that has happened. And I'm not going to go into detail. Some of you will know what Lara has gone through. Lara is pregnant. Very unexpectedly. She and Ricky are over the moon and so excited to become a family of 3. I believe the baby's due in February. So this is fantastic news. I know them fairly well, and I'm absolutely over the moon for them. They've gone through a terrible, terrible time. Lara, I know, has been still in and out of hospital. She's been struggling with morning sickness and things like that. But so it's fantastic news that she's pregnant. As I say, completely, I think, against all the odds, but a real surprise. So huge congratulations to them. Now, our lovely Elaine decided that it would be a great idea in her garden the other evening to trip the like fantastic. Literally. Let me just have a quick look at the comments. Hope you've given up boxing arms of improving that. Cindy's saying this is wonderful news. It's fantastic. It is really, really good news. And I have said that if I can, I'd like to pop down and see them at some time. Alison O'Brien, good evening, and hope all is well. I'm still getting over the loss of my sister. Oh, bless you, Alison. Condolences to you and your family. Elaine, bless her. She decided, as I say, decided to trip the light fantastic and broke her arm and her wrist in 3 places, I believe. She was expecting to have an operation, but I think that now is possibly not going to happen. But yesterday she was an amazing trooper. She kept going. She would not let a broken arm spoil their day yesterday. But we wish Elaine a very, very speedy recovery. Really do. Now, the garden party yesterday. There was lots of people that mucked in to help out and get things in place. Ian brought his fantastic gazebo along, and a few of us mucked in to help get that up. And then the tables and that were put underneath for the raffle, for the food, etc., etc. And Elaine can't type at the moment. No, but you're very welcome, very welcome. But what a huge success it was. It was brilliant. As I say, lots of people mucked in. I know Tracy's been back and forth for a few days to Ron and Elaine's place to help get things done. Lizzie and Cynthia mucked in yesterday to help get the food sorted out. And it was a huge success. And I don't know, did anybody actually do a head count? There must have been 25 people or so there. But it was fantastic. Let me just very quickly apologise. Many congratulations to, yes, absolutely, Jackie. Michael, I hope it's not too long before Elaine's fighting fit again. Absolutely, Michael. I couldn't agree more. I think, now, do we have a complete total for, guess how many sweets are in there, in the jar, and the cake, and the raffle? I think the raffle was something like 170 odd pounds. And there was massive, there was huge amount of prizes to be won. I was very lucky. I won 3, I think. It was strange. You buy a strip of 5 tickets. I won 3, and I ended up with 1 ticket. Yeah, did I say to put 1 back in? Because if I did, that would reason why I ended up with 1 ticket, but I can't remember. But it was a huge success, and all credit to Ron and Elaine for organising that. And you know, Ron thanked me earlier on about the Kevin's Rambles group. It was your day. We were just there supporting you, Ron. As I said in the reply comment here, Ron said it will be over. Oh, that's great, and it was in aid of breast cancer, which was wonderful. And of course, I've had that. My ex-wife had it. Cousin Sue's daughter sadly passed away because of it. So it's a great cause. Now then, I don't think there's anything else I need to add about Ron and Elaine's place, other than thanks to everybody that turned up, everybody that mucked in. It was great, and I loved it when little Oscar, if he won something, and he loved to pull a ticket out, and he wanted to call out the number. So that was great. Little Oscar was doing his bit. So yeah, that was great. Ian saying, "Evening all, I am listening but working." What are you doing working? You're supposed to be on holiday. Now then, I spoke to 1 or 2 people yesterday, and the subject of the Christmas meal came up at the meal at Friston Forest. There was, in fact, 2 or 3 suggestions that we should try and do it, if we can, in Midhurst. Yes, it's a bonus for me. I live in Midhurst, but I think Angela was the one that said it's more central, especially if someone like Dave Ford wants to come to the Christmas meal. And if Kim and Paul wanted to come down, it's much easier for them to get to me. I actually, to try and take a little bit of work away from Cynthia, I wasn't jumping in and interfering. There's a pub in Midhurst called the Greyhound, which I have my kids and Cynthia arranged my 65th birthday there. They've got a big conservatory out the back of the pub. In fact, it's right next to the kitchen. And Cynthia and I have been to several functions there. And they've got great facilities in this conservatory. It sits from between 25 to 70 people. I emailed the Greyhound last night, asking them if it's possible to accommodate us. I got an email back from Michael today. He said he would love to be able to host our Kevin's Rambles Christmas meal. The date is booked in, or is penciled in for now. Cynthia and I, sometime in the next couple of weeks, we are going to go and meet Michael at the pub just to discuss perhaps the finer details of do we need to pay deposits, etc., etc., etc. The date is the 14th of December. Yes, it is, Ron. They've got a car park for about 30 cars, and there's a little lay-by along the front of the pub, which used to be part of the old road. We can park there. In the past, when there's been, I've been to a couple of wakes there, you can actually park on the opposite side of the road and get your car just off the road. But you've got to be careful crossing the road, of course. So, yeah, we shouldn't have a problem. Obviously, the pub is very busy, so we should be okay. So that's December the 14th at the Greyhound in Midhurst. I did ask Andrew Norris last night when we were driving back, and yesterday, and he would seem fine. And I did ask a few others, and they sort of. I've already had 4 people say to me, "Put our names down." So I know of at least 6 that are going. So, how is public transport for getting there? That sounds great, says Tracy. Public transport, train to Hazelmere or car by Mr. Norris. There are buses from Hazelmere Station to Midhurst. The Greyhound is probably 1.5 to 2 miles from the bus station. It's in the diary part. If worst comes to worst, if people like Jean and that wanted to catch, Jean knows that area. She stayed in an Airbnb just up the road from the Greyhound, I think last year. So she may even try and stay there again. So if anybody wanted to catch a train to Chichester, I'm sure that I could arrange to get them picked up. Jean's there, look, number 60 from Chichester stops by the ground. You're absolutely right, Jean, it does. I didn't know you were sitting in the background, Jean, but yeah. So there, Jean knows it like the back of her hand. But Tracy put ours down there. Yeah, but how many are we talking about, Tracy? 2 or 3? Cynthia saying, please feel free to message me if you think we'd like to go. It doesn't have to be a definite at this point, but a rougher, no, yeah, exactly. Please message Cynthia. Or Cynthia, can you put something very quickly up on the group and just ask people to click, to put on there, yes, who's going. Jean says she's only just clicked in. Jean, would you try and stay at that Airbnb? Just as a matter of interest. Mark's going to be there. So are you going to be able to pick up Mr. English? I mean, Mr. English. Are you going to be able to pick up Mr. Norris? Mark? Okay. I will be up for that. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know, this astonishes me. Does the pub have a nice view to a valley from the back window? Actually, I've got to go. I go to the ground and I'll put it. Dave, that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Andrew, there is actually from the back, if it's not too wet, there are gardens literally at the back of the conservatory overlooking fields and things like that. So, yeah, there is a view. And it's from the front of the pub, looking across the road, you've got rolling fields looking out towards the South Downs. So, Cynthia, I think you better hurry up and get this post up. And I was going to say, this astonishes me, and I've said this so many times. I'm really humbled by the way this group has come together, and everybody turns up regularly for the walks. And it's not very often that we have less than, I don't know, 16 or 20 people. It's usually more than that. So, you know, I thank you. Oh dear. Thank you very much indeed. It really does mean a lot. Andrew saying, cheers, Mark, petrol money, and what on me? And what? John F., good evening, sir. Good evening. Thanks, Andrew, providing I am not. Mark, you are in control. You are in charge of the roster. Oh, your wear and tear. Oh, right, okay. Michael, only 150 shopping days till Christmas. Thank you. The trouble is with Christmas meals, once you get into August, they start putting out notices, you know, book for Christmas. So this is why we thought we would get in really early. I think Cynthia was a little bit concerned that I was jumping the gun a bit, but I think, to be honest, it's proved the point that we need to get in there and get these things booked. Yeah, but you're better late than never, John. Yeah. Please do better next time. So, now then, what else have I got here? I'm M. So you're the one from those films. We always wondered what you did, Alison. So you were in charge of Mr. Bond. Now we know. Okay, right. Enough of the frivolity. We are looking for suggestions for walks for 2026. Now, forget about July. July is already in the planning stages, isn't it, Mr. Norris? Please don't say anything about where it is or what we're going to do. This was a walk suggested by that chap from up north, Rob. I've had some messages from him today telling me what it's about. I will forward that message to Cynthia after the live. And so July walk is going to be in Sussex. Alison's saying, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Sorry, I'm not looking forward to Christmas without my sister. Not going to be. No, Alison, it definitely won't be. I'm really, really sorry about your sister. But, you know, you've just got to try and take each day as it comes, Alison. Bless him, my cousin Rodney lost his wife on January the 8th. And we all rally round him, his two daughters, myself. He's not had a very good last week. He was on a messaging me. I'm meeting for coffee. As I said earlier, I do when I met up with him to help him out. It's really tough when you lose a loved one, a friend, a family member. You know, so yeah, really, take care of yourself, Alison. You've got to take care of yourself and the family around you, but without your sister, it's going to be different. Andrew's saying, yes, it is. Yes, it is with Kim and Robbie up the north. Yes, absolutely. So hopefully they will communicate with each other and get that sorted. Mark says he does the Christmas bills, but I don't do Christmas. That's fair enough, mate. That's your choice entirely. Michael's saying, you're going to be busy in November, Kevin, doing all these Christmas jumping. Yeah. There was one last year, Michael, I would have loved to have got. Now, unfortunately, it was via Facebook. I looked it all up. It was genuine company. They've got websites and everything. And I think I sent a picture of it to Cynthia. And it was a proper Christmas jumper. And it had my surname, I think, across the chest of the jumper. And you get t-shirts, you can get hoodies with it, and I think it says Hall. It's a Hall thing, and underneath you wouldn't understand, but it was a really nice jumper. I would have loved it until I saw the price. I am not going to pay 30 or 40 quid for a Christmas jumper that I'm going to wear for a few days. But it was brilliant. I loved it. But yeah, I've got 2 or 3 Christmas jumpers. I just had to try and find a cheaper one for this Christmas. Right, that's that. Suggestions for walks in 2026. Turn the page. That's it's just the rest of the bit about July next year. And I did mention to Kim, Rob, and Andrew at the Friston Walk if they could get their heads together and get that sorted out and planned for me, which would be great. I know it's difficult for Andrew because he's over in Croatia, but I believe Kim and Rob said they would get it sorted out. I've been in touch with Rob today. I will message Kim and I'm going to thank her for last week and ask her if she can start planning for the July walk, so we've got the details. Let me just have a look at this. Claire saying, I have a suggestion for a walk in 2026. Harvey's Cross. I think that's somewhere you've mentioned taking me before, Claire. Claire, if you want to organise a walk, if you can plan a walk, or if you want to give the details to us of what you want to, where it's going to start, etc., etc., and liaise with Cynthia or myself or both of us, and when you would like to do it, then we can sort something out. So message me on WhatsApp, and we'll get an idea of what you want to do. Andrew's saying, not a problem. We do have it next year. But could you not rig it up to some sort of rig that Torner could bring his tractor out the back of your place and just start the tractor up? So I know when I was a little boy, we used to have a steam machine where you'd have to build up this head of steam and a great big long belt on it, which drove a circular saw where they used to cut the logs up for our fires. But it took about 2 hours to get a head of steam up on this machine. It was quite comical thinking about it now. Jean is saying, what happened to the Tilgate and Bognor Walks? Jean, scroll back up the messages. We're doing the Bognor Walk at the end of July. Well, Tilgate was going to be just a walk around the park there. Angela went there with her husband and did a recce walk a bit. And she said it wouldn't be any good for a group walk. So it was decided not to do it. Evidently you got big queues of in the cafe, and it was pretty expensive to park. So the tailgate, that's why tailgate wasn't done. We've just mentioned that Bognor will be done at the end of November. I think it was, Ron, wasn't it? What did I say? Did I say something different? Also, another Godalming walk from Rod's Nest, please. I could still offer Lancing. I could still offer. Yeah, I could. Jim, again, details to Cynthia. If you've got your maps, you plan the route. 4.5 miles, as close to a pub at the start and end with a cafe in the middle. That'd be lovely. So if you would like to do that, Jean, again, come up with the details and which month you would like to do it. That'd be brilliant. So that's great. That'd be great. So that's Claire. We've got Jean. We've got July. There's 3 months already. It's flying. We're going to fill next year up already. Near Rottingdean, Woodingdean, and Saltdean in the countryside. Claire, that's great. As I say, give me a shout. We just need to have an idea where it would start, where it would finish. If it a circular walk, figure of 8. As I say, 4.5 miles. Brilliant. Thank you, Claire. That is great. This is what is great about the group. Jean's saying that it's her neck of the woods, which is brilliant. The interactions of the group is fantastic. I love it. Yes, when you think of from where we came from, a lot of us came from, to where we are now, this is just great. And long may it continue. There's been so many friendships made since I formed this group. I can't remember how long ago it was. 4 years, 5 years ago, it's got to be. And if it wasn't for the other place we came from, a lot of us knew names, but we never really met. A few of us had. But it's just been wonderful, absolutely fantastic. As I say, long may it continue. Have I missed any? Let me just have a quick look back. Tracy's saying, "Where's Harry Crossbow?" I missed that bit. Andrew's saying, "Yeah, I saw that bit. Sorry." Andrew Murphy's saying, "I'll put my thinking cap on for a walk in 2026." You know the distances we need to do, Andrew. Flat walk, if it's possible, would be ideal. But if it's not, Claire and Andrew, if it's not a flat walk, we need to know the details of what the hill, if there's any hills, if there's any steep climbs, etc., 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 so that we can warn people. Andrew, if you choose a walk, you'll be able to tell your mum anyway. So, yeah. Claire said, obviously when my foot has recovered fully and I'm back at work again. Yes, of course, absolutely. Claire, how is your foot doing? How are you getting on? What are you, 3 weeks in now? 2, 3 weeks? It's got to be 3 weeks, I would have thought. And do you have to still wear this boot to support your ankle or foot? You had a footballer's injury. That's what you had. Breaking your metatarsal. They can be a pain. Obviously, they're a pain, but they can be an issue to footballers. Can take 2 or 3 months to get back into full training and back into playing. So yeah, you've got to be careful with it. Even when you're back at work, Claire, you've got to be careful. Cynthia, anything else that you would like to discuss or to bring up or whatever? Jean's saying our walking group did the tree trail there, Tilgate. Oh, okay, never heard of it. So there's another one you could come up with, Jean. You could have 2 months. Claire, just to remind you, any walk you suggest, you have to lead. So what we're going to do, this in 2026, we're going to have one of these long poles with a little flag on the top with Kevin's Rambles on it. And as you walk along, you've just got to wave the little flag so people can see where you are. Cynthia's saying nothing else, you are doing well. Thank you very much. I'm running out of puff, I know that. So it's 25 tuned in. If Jeanette wasn't there earlier, I say that, it drops to 23. Jeanette, if you're there, thank you very much. If you didn't hear me earlier on, she might be shy and doesn't want to type anything. And for those who don't know, Jeanette's my cousin. I just realised Mr. Musco hasn't joined in tonight. That's shocking. The numbers are in free fall now. 22. I should have kept quiet, shouldn't I? Andrew's saying you had a steam machine, actually. Yeah. It was such a. It was only because I mentioned Torner's tractor and what have you. It's just reminded me about this machine we had, and as it was driving the saw, the belt in the middle, because it'd be a long belt, probably, I don't know, 12, 15 feet between the steam machine and the saw, the belt would be going like this, whereas it was really strange. Dave said he has drawn the raffle. Has he drawn the raffle yet? Hoping for a who? What raffle? I've got no idea. Hoping for pint. Pink. Can't read. Pink numbers tonight. Tracy said there are plenty. Andrew knows which is suitable. Brilliant. Okay, that sounds good. She said I did think we could do a Seaford Head from South Farm Car Park, but very way out east. Well, we've been out way out east many times. I think Mike Dixon won on prize day. I think that's you underestimate how many prizes he won, along with Ron, Elaine, Gordon, Liz, Fiona's family. I did get 3, but the bulk of them was just in that little corner. And it was saying, yeah, mine, put it back. Yeah, mine, put it back. But the really strange thing is that Cynthia drew the first one, drew my ticket. It was brilliant. And I got this lovely big candle, which is up there. If it was smell-o-vision, I could let you smell it. It's really nice. It's huge. It stands about this high, about that round. It's in a green. Can't remember what it says. Hang on. Sand and fog, I think it says on the side. It's a lovely jar with a wooden lid. So yeah. Claire says still wearing the boot, but weaning off the boot now. 4 weeks since 4 weeks today. Wow. Dave's saying, I presumed a soft toy was one of the prizes. Nope. The teddy bear, that was my grandson's from when he was a little boy. He's 13 now. That's the last of his toys that I've kept. And Mr. Buzzy B, can't remember where he came from, but I was supposed to be carrying him around with me, but I don't. Mr. Ducky does though. He comes with. He was with us yesterday. Jean said, I won the Dorset tea. Ian McCann said, mine is going to Oscar. Bless him. Where is the duck tonight? Hang on. Bear with. Oh. There is. Well, no, you can't see the duck. Hang on. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Hang on, let me go. Hang on, bear with. There you go. He can be filming us. Lynn, hello, Lynn. Hi, everyone. Just got up. Been feeling terrible today. Migraine and sick. Sorry to have missed the chat. Glad you all had a lovely time yesterday. All right. Oh, bless you, Lynn. I hope you feel better soon. Michael, I remember when I went to Pompey, the guy was a German and was with an umbrella. The guy was so drunk as a lord, charged the other groups with an umbrella. Brilliant. Yeah, John saying, hope you feel better soon. Tracy's saying, sorry you're poorly. And Anna's saying, hi, Lynn. Michael's saying, sorry to hear that. Claire, sorry that didn't get better soon. Everybody's saying, get better soon. And we all mean it. We all mean it, Lynn. Did I see you've been away this weekend? I hope Rich is okay and quiet. Alison's saying, night, Kevin, great show. Thank you, Alison. Take care, and we'll see you in about a month's time, if not before. Hi, Lynn, sorry to hear you, not so good. Migraines can be really rough. Yeah, I've got, in my ex-wife's family, they suffered from migraines quite badly. And they can be horrible, really horrible. In fact, when my son was taken ill 18 months ago, that's what he thought he had. He thought he had a really bad migraine, but he's doing well now. He's abroad at the moment. He went on Thursday, I think, to Estonia, and went up to a gig with a friend of his. Ian, good night. Oh, he says, stay well. Thanks, Ian. Take care of yourself. And then said, I know you do. Thank you so much, everybody. Good to have friends. Yes, we've been to Kent as pet. Oh, that's right, skydive. Amazingly brave lady. But God. So yeah, you wouldn't even get me jumping off the top of a ladder. That would definitely be in free fall. Tracy's saying, night in, see you Wednesday. Yeah. She's, oh my gosh. Oh, blimey. Not me, Kevin, she said. Take it, yeah. I hope she's just 75 and 2. Oh my God. Was it a tandem jump, Lynn? Or was this something that she's done before? Oh, right, wow. Blimey. You've got to have some confidence in the person you're with to do that. That is amazing. But all credit to her for doing it. Yeah. Jackie saying, night all, stay safe, keep well, and get well soon. Those who are feeling and suffering. Absolutely. Oh, that's great, Lynn. That is fantastic. Oh, look, it's gone 9 o'clock. Anyway, folks, look. Oh my gosh, 26 people. Now, do you want me to keep waffling, or do you want me to just say good night and bugger off? Tell me what I missed. Lynn, this is what you missed. Very quickly, then, I'll do a very quick recap. Paul wanted me to say a special thank you to everybody that responded to him not feeling very well last week. Tracy said she doesn't want to hear this, so she's off. Night, Tracy. Thanks for joining in. Because he was quite embarrassed for what happened to him last week, and he said that he realised. Mr. Murphy's going. Good night, all. Good night, Andrew. That he realises how much that Paul and Kim miss the friendships of the group, and how much it means to them to be part of the group. I mentioned the next walk is in Sandy Lane in Rushmore on the 24th. September walk, it's been a wheeze coming. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Ta-ta for now. Bye, Jean. Is Mr. Suggets? Well, it is, Lynn. It is. We're going to meet in Sandy Lane. Everybody's going now. I started to read this. Good night, Claire. Thank you. Remember, WhatsApp me and we'll get it sorted out. Yes, it is, Lynn. We're going to do. We're not going to go around Frensham Pond. We're going to go past it. There's going to be a cafe there. We can stop there. It's a lovely walk. There's one fairly steep climb at the start or near the start, but the rest of it is lovely. I think I saw you're not allowed to let the dogs swim in the pond anyway. So that's that. We mentioned that Bonnie is on about doing a walk from Hove in October. November walk is going to be a Bognor walk, which is the one that was cancelled earlier this year. An update on Clive and Kathy, they're doing well. Lara, bless her, is pregnant, which is wonderful news. You can waffle a bit more. Thanks, Michael. We talked about Elaine tripping like fantastic, breaking a wrist. We talked about the garden party, what a huge success it was yesterday. The Christmas meal is going to be at the Greyhound in Midhurst on the 14th of December. I think that's it. Oh, and we're looking for suggestions for walks for 2026. And that's it. Just a very quick recap. The July walk for next year is already being planned in East Sussex, and it's being sorted out by Rob and Kim. Not Rob and Lynn, but Rob and Kim. And as I always say, for any of these things, please don't message and ask people for details of the walks. All the details will be put up on the group by Cynthia, and from that, then we can, if there's any queries, questions, we can please put them on the group, and then we can answer them for that. Just one more thing about the Christmas meal, Lynn, Cynthia and I are going to go and see the people sometime in the next couple of weeks to have a chat, just a general chat with them. It's been booked in, it's penciled in into the calendar. We've been in touch with the manager there called Michael. So, and you're free on the 14th, which is great. And there's already been several people. Yes, I think so. Cynthia, can you confirm that? I think dogs are allowed in there, aren't they? I'm not sure about the conservatory, but I can't see why not. They are certainly allowed in the pub, but we'll have to confirm that with you for you, Lynn. So that's it. That's the recap very quickly through for you. If she can let me know, then I can confirm. Okay, brilliant. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Don't forget to ask if the room can be free of ambient music. Yes, I can try that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is dog friendly, Cynthia says. But is that the conservatory as well, Cynthia? I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it must be. But yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be a good turn up. Thanks, Cynthia. Put us down a bit. Lynn, Cynthia's going to put a post up on the group if she hasn't already done so, bless her. And Cynthia's just asking for people to put their names onto that list, just so that she's got a rough idea of numbers that will be there. It's not a definite. It's just such we've got an idea of what's happening. The July walks and meal and the December Christmas meet the places are just taken so quickly. And we'll have Mr. Norris there, gracing us with his presence again. Fiona, hello everyone. Sorry, Fiona, we're going to be heading out. I'm heading off soon. Anyway, Fiona, possibility, just a possibility at the moment. And I don't know if I told you this yesterday, it could be Wednesday. I will try and confirm the latest Tuesday morning for you. Is the restaurant reindeer friendly? You never know, Michael. You never know. But yeah, I think that's it. Lynn, if you didn't see it, Claire's come up with a suggestion of a walk. Jean has come up with a suggestion for 2 walks for next year. We've got a July walk. It says that the pub is dog friendly, doesn't mention the exceptions. We'll double check when we go. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. Have I missed any walks that have been suggested? I don't think so. Jean is probably there, already planning the walks, got the maps out on the table, dotting the route. Oh, figure of 8, flat walk. Is there any hills in it? Blah, 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 blah. This is what it's all about. This is what the group's all about. I'll tell you, it's just fantastic. Oh, hang on. I've forgotten one. Dave Ford, remember the conversation that you and I have had? Which will be, I think, June. Yes. Thank you, Dave. So that, I think, will be June. So that's another month that we've already got booked in. So yeah, brilliant. That's great. It's going. Yeah, this is really, really good. Looking forward to next year already. Don't want to wish our time away, but yeah. Lynn is saying, Cynthia, I am sure Shaz would love to go as well. She's not on Facebook. I'll ask her. Lots of lovely walks coming. Yeah, absolutely, Viv. It's going to be. It's looking really positive already for next year. And if we can get the months planned in ahead of time, that makes it even better for us. I know nothing. Very good, Dave. I like that response. Oh dear. Oh, that was rather nice, actually. Good night, all, says Lynn. Take care. Lynn, I hope you feel better soon. Regards to usual, Rich, etc. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 12 minutes past 9. I want to go and just chill out on the sofa for a little bit. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. Please take care. Please stay safe. Regards to everybody. Really appreciate all your support and your kind words of encouragement, etc., etc., from yesterday and last week as well. But thank you very much. It is really appreciated. Yeah, throat's day. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. Good night, all, and thank you very much. Thank you.